World full of chaotic life sentences. Being an artist is not necessarily a choice.
I can hear that one 10 times.
Oh, it's hard to see. I can't see the pumps good if I take them up, but then I can't see. Thank you guys are so neat. They're so sweet. Oh, oh. Oh, here's one. This is often with music too. It's interesting. Music. This is called Picasso. I found a year that likes my body. 1921. Girl sitting on a rock. Picasso painted a woman with my thighs. Walking around the museum, it hit me how Rubenesque is not just some word for someone who likes corned beef. There I was, naked on the edge of something, overlooking water, or was it salt? It was weird. Nobody was screaming fat chick at the frame. Nobody was making grieving sounds. But the girl in the painting looked sad, as though she knew new eras were smudging a forced liposuction with rough acrylic. The caption said girl sitting on rock, not woman who uses food to help cope with the lack of empathy in her sphere. Not that gyms are closed and there are better muscles to develop. Not girl 1 calorie away from suicide. Just flesh on a rock. Her eyes dripping question marks onto girl looking into a mirror. The vibrancy, the need to chew the ice cubism till the teeth bleed. The colors so deep they look wet. The museum guards watch me tentatively. I lean into the paintings. I veer to the outside to find out what Picasso called each word. I like titles, their vocabulary of oil. The girl on the rock whispered to me, "Go, girl. I love museums. Call me old-fashioned, but I like face-to-face conversations." Called charisma. He looks like he spreads charisma over the ocean of his biceps. There are preservatives bursting like ribs in Eden. Been there, done that. The amnesiac sharpens wisdom teeth with a sliver of the moon lodged so deep in the finger. Antiseptic and string battle like explorers for territory. Genius is this verb scattering snowflakes across my heart's winter. I ignore the wheelbarrow of salt the meteorologist prescribed to keep my bones from becoming fossils. There is a man of letters looking out the window of envelopes, squinting at the rain. There is a word that drowns on the tips of our tongues. There are boats searching for life jackets and saliva. There are beds and breakfasts where the pancake makeup is thick. Blood is stronger than watercolor. Guernica lives in the magician's pillowcase. When did disappearance become the national cuisine? Who sponsored all those coupons? In our syllable potluck, we make meals of each other. A couple of adjectives here, a couple of past participles there, and we feast, too blurry to notice the expiration date has been crossed out 300 times. Hunger does strange things to the mind. I have migraines from the clanging utensils demanding nourishment, praying to lick the batter off the most compassionate recipes that can be found. There are a million servings of vinegar with grenadine. It's not a Shirley Temple, it's not a Roy Rogers. Could it be the masked elixir? Get the smelling salts. My nose has a history of its own. I detect salmonella, or maybe it's an ice cube whirlpooling upstream, wrapped in an astronomy of starfish. Charisma leaves burn marks on the oven. Charisma gets the best seat in the restaurant. Charisma eats for two. Charisma puts his Achilles heel in his mouth so often it's a recital of Bunyan pornography. Charisma has a pop-up fairy tale power book full of appointments to blow your self-esteem down, with lungs intravenously connected to the unabridged edition of Women's Wear Daily. Then he'll suck the marrow of your porridge. Charisma whispers with all the spinach in the world in his teeth. Reflect, genuflect, and spec all can be used in the same sentence. Charisma by itself is a toothbrush with a single bristle. In a world of water-pick wannabes, mouthwash sings into the opera of my gums, and I vow to turn over a new botany, but I'm susceptible like a blade of grass at a gathering of concrete.
Amazing.
Take it easy now.
That was so... Wow. You guys are so, amazing to really resonate with poetry. That's always such a,
It's hard to resonate with poetry usually, but yours is amazing. So you're having a pretty easy time.
Thank you. Oh, I'm very deeply touched. This has all been such a spontaneous adventure. So much.
Your words have worth.
Thank you. This one's called Salt.
Salt.
Yeah. Thank you. Salt is a verb to the foaming mouth. Record jackets buzz through my fingers. In rooms of hummingbird breath and bongs, twister and love beads stringing one decade to the next. Mood rings and their enormous jewels loom large from the wall's hands. Someone has been sitting cross-legged camp-style on the carpet for centuries, guessing how many patchouli marbles it takes to reinvent the weevil. I look in the mirror and see an accordion, curling and stretching, crunched and open yet again. Somebody is building an ashram in the sand. Somebody is wearing boots with liquid paper in the heel to erase their past. Amidst this, somebody dreams of kissing, a 45 record swirling, their courage escaping into a corner of their mouth, like an animated movie made of saliva. Mood lighting pulls volcanoes apart for its shine. The musicologist pulls a stethoscope out of his tonsils and asks the liner notes to lay back and remember the screaming and the struggle when Mommy brought home the compact disc. Take 2 Proverbs and call me in the morning. In rooms full of clay and card decks, epiphanies are refrigerated in the wait for a sweeter universe, a more edible oxygen. There is a room where behind the Michael Bolton collection is a vanilla icebox set. There are people who can have the telescope placed against their foreheads, but their constellations have gone. There are rooms where once there were fireflies and now there is rain. The residue of a room that has had the music removed is a cage of periodontal grief where once had been teeth. Sometimes I sing along to my Leonard Cohen records at the time the night is the darkest, my version of Love Thy Neighbor. When I sat in rooms and the turntables turned the speed of light on me, I tried not to blink. With one cornea on each century, I saw what was coming. I listened intently as record after record found a history of who will eat and who will be eaten. I want to jump into the grooves and caress the makers of the music, lie in the needle's path. Let the holes be filled with gravel and soil to build stronger roads and gardens full of rare birds. There are very few people I can call when there are murals on my ceiling telling me Michelangelo lives there too. In my room I play myself records. I play them a little loud to try to let them sing a little on the tip of my tongue, like a secular wafer in a room where the water is rising and the seaweed is giving itself an anthem and a throne.